got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love. One love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. They ain't doing nothing. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause I'm money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you, real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we're coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning. So watch out, cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love. One love.
Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ayy, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Check, 1, 2, ayy, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I took the phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a high king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Not much just popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I took the phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your monsters just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I took the phone that they sat in. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full Marmot.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3266 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and yo-hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you Fam, welcome to the show. Hit the like button, subscribe live on Rumble and YouTube, the Daily Swole. Hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give that away to one lucky watcher on Roomblay today, so thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. Today, I am rocking, we're fresh off yesterday's accountability meeting, so we have brand new releases we'll talk about. I am rocking, was it last week or the week before? Swole White and the 7 Steaks. Great shirt. Go check it out, papaswolio.com, 20% off all merch. Now, fam, let's get on into that tip. Hope you are ready for a Beastcast. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, 20% off everything over there at papaswolio.com. Swole White and the 7 Steaks. What a fucking great shirt. What a great shirt. Look at that. Came out awesome. Super stoked about it. I was waiting for this one to come in. All right, let's get into it. We also had, let's say last week, we had My Swole Pony. That's now available. That's awesome. And let's see, yesterday's drop was Swole Gumby. So that's fire. Go check it out. Everything over there again, papaswolio.com. I grew up watching Gumby, so if you did too, you're going to like that shirt. It's a great kid's shirt, great flag, great on a mug. But now let's get into that first Swole fan post.
What's in the box?
John says, hey fam, going to do a 90-day carnivore diet. Need to put this out there to hold myself accountable. I've been ordering my grass-fed ribeye steaks and grass-fed beef bones from a farm for a while. Now this farm will be my only source of nutrition. I have some concerns adjusting, but I've never allowed fear to prevent me from taking on new challenges. And from the research I've delved into, there's been a number of people who decided to remain carnivore indefinitely, the benefits being too great to switch back. That's my incentive to start. Perhaps I'll make the same decision. We'll see. So wish me luck, fam. Yeah, good luck, John. I mean, personally, I don't like carnivore long term. I like my fruit. I think it's very important. But at least for a short period of time, or I guess you're going to figure out what you like and don't like about it. But I commented in the app on John's post, and I was saying, like, just don't be dogmatic about it. There's nothing forcing you to have to only eat meat, eggs, and dairy. Like, you're not forced to eat it only. I personally like fruit. I need some damn carbohydrates. But anyway, to each their own, especially if you're trying to work through some issues and you're trying to test things out. Carnivore is a great thing to do. It's a great thing to do. It's essentially a complete elimination. So that's really good if you have a lot of autoimmune issues and such like that. But you're going to find out. You're going to find out. It's going to take at least a few weeks for you to get adjusted to it completely. But best of luck. Keep us posted, and let's see how it goes. Everyone's a little bit different, so good stuff. Let's get into some more posts. Accountability. What is one success you had last week and one thing that you'll do better this week? Avril says, eating good, meal prepping. This week, I'll be more consistent with sleep, with my bedtime and wake up time. Hannah says, I spent more time walking last week trying to get back into regular activity now that my injury is improving. I'm very happy with that. I'm going to food prep better this week. I've got a menu, a budget, and a list. Very nice. Joe says, last week was a rough week. I was traveling with 275. Holy shit. I was traveling with 275 13-year-olds, but I know that celebrating wins is important. I don't even know what that means. My goodness. So my win is that I walked 25 miles in 3 days, came home Wednesday night, and Thursday I was back working out, not legs, but still in the gym. This week, my focus is consistency, looking to be consistent with my nutrition, my workout, and my brain games. 275 13-year-olds. Yeah, Michelle says that sounds like hell. All right. Let's see. Let's get into this post from Nicholas. Nicholas says, this is an email. Did you give up on your resolutions? Nicholas says, Papa Swole, my New Year's resolution was to continue what I started back in July of last year. Struggling, but I'm still chipping away. Attached is my progress. Good for you, dude. Nicholas, shout out. Thanks for replying to the emails. If you want to get on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Good for you, Nicholas. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up. Let's get into some questions. If you have questions, drop in the comments down below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And of course, all the links are down below. If you want to join the fam, download the Swolenormous app, go on over to swolenormousx.com. And if you want to call into the show, you could always call in, go to askpapaswolio.com to do that. So let's get into some Instagram questions. Let's kick us off.
What's in the box?
Everyone in the chat is talking about what Papa Swolio, what Swolenormous merch they're rocking. Let's see what we got here. Loretta says, I'm wearing P3S9, hashtag SwoleAF. Michelle says, I thought about my P3S13 shirt today. Decide on Swole Must Stay. Good choice. Good choice. What are we rocking today? Of course, I'm rocking Swole White in the 7 Steaks. That's so good. I can't wait to wear it in a video. All right, Nerd says, lend me $100 to start going to the gym. No, Xi Jinping, I won't lend you $100. No $100. No soup for you. No soup for you.
Matt Damon.
Why do you need $100 to go to the gym? Why do you need $100? What gym membership's $100? I guess if you're going to like Lifetime Fitness or something, overpriced. All right. Let's see what we got here. Patrick Morak. Papa Swolio, what do you think about calisthenics? I don't care about physical activity of your choosing. I really don't care. I always get this question. What do you think about calisthenics? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Push-ups, pull-ups, jumping around. Cool. If you want to build muscle, lift heavy weights. So it depends on the context. Push-ups, pull-ups, cool. Progressive overload, weight them, do more. But you're going to hit a limit. If you want to build muscle, you need to lift heavy weights. All right. People are looking for an easy way out. What can I do? How can I build a lot of muscle without lifting any weights? You can't. You got to progressively overload, either with body weight or difficulty or reps. Eventually, you need to add some weight, add a weight vest, add some plates. You got to load it up. But you could do dips. You could do pull-ups. You could add a weight belt and all that stuff. Nothing wrong with that. Can I lend you gains? You want me to lift for you? You want me to lift for you? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? What a racket that would be. Imagine if you could sign someone up. You go on an app and someone can work out for you. Wouldn't that be great? Essentially, Ozempic is someone working out for you. Let's see. Any other personal experiences? Drop in the comments with carnivore, just because John brought it up. Store Machine says, I did carnivore, and after a few weeks, it really does make working out tough. And I mean tough. I just didn't have the energy. Yeah. When I did carnivore, I just got... I tried that. I tried keto. I tried carnivore. It's just... I would get like dizzy and lightheaded, and it didn't work out for me. I didn't like it long term. But I do focus mostly on that. No, man. Papa Swolio. Does CrossFit count? Count for what? CrossFit counts as CrossFit. I don't really want to go down the CrossFit rabbit hole. Look, if you're just trying to do random activity and you're trying to set some weird records and do things for time and do explosive work and do high rep, very technical movements, there's a lot of community there. There's a lot of benefits to CrossFit, but the risk is exceptional for the benefits. Most people want to have a certain physique and they want to feel better. They want to decrease their joint pain, X, Y, and Z. And just CrossFit's just not the ideal way to do it. Doesn't mean people haven't gotten benefits. Doesn't mean it might not be fun for some people. So yeah, it does count as going to the gym, but the problem is the programming or the lack thereof. So just keep that in mind. Programming matters, and not all CrossFit is created equal. Some people do things with better programming and better program design. Sometimes you go to places and they just try to kick your ass and wipe the floor with you. Wall 11, Papa Swolio, is eating liver that isn't grass-fed still beneficial, or better to not have it at all? So this would be yes, it is. The issue is the quality of the source. So it's not just the feed, it's also what's on the feed. So if the animals are eating tons of corn and soy, you're getting also a lot of glyphosate, a lot of atrazine, a lot of pesticides that are on the food. And plus, it's poisoning these animals. So the reason why conventional feedlots will feed animals slop, essentially, is that they grow faster, there's a higher yield, and there's usually a lot of these animals are also given vaccines. There's also a lot of other antibiotics that they're given, so it can lead to antibiotic resistance and issues in humans. So the quality of the food matters. Yes, beef liver, even conventional, is going to be quality, but at the same time, you're getting it from a sick animal or an animal that's not raised regeneratively or feeding on grass. So if it's not from a healthy cow, I personally wouldn't recommend it. You can get grass-fed liver supplements, you get pills, and that's the next best thing. But there are many places where you can get grass-fed liver. You could order it online. So I would look into that. Let's see, other comments. LET says, I have no issues with lifting on carnivore, no lack of energy. I increased the fat a little, and it's helped with the hormone imbalance that comes with age. Positive Charisma says, carnivore made training difficult until I introduced Relight. I put it in my broth and sipped that along with water while training. It's certainly not for everyone, and bowel movements decreased as well. I told John in the app, I said, make sure you get your electrolytes. A lot of times people have electrolyte issues with, and one of the issues with dropping carbs is that you also flush out a lot of water. So people notice a lot of bloating and water depletion in that sense, because when you're flushing out carbohydrates, you're not eating carbs, your body flushes out water too. Store Machine, Papa Soil, are omega-6 fatty acids bad for you? I hear a lot about how they're high in low-quality meats and they are bad for your gut health. Omega-6 aren't bad in themselves, but the ratio, you want to make sure you're focusing more on omega-3. So you don't want to overload. You're going to get omega-6s anyway. You just don't want to eat low-quality foods and polyunsaturated fats and vegetable oils and seed oils where you can get a lot of omega-6 fatty acids. So you don't want to overload it. You're always going to get some. You're always going to have some. You need them, but just not in high quantities or as much as you're going to find in the standard American diet. Ellie says, if you're eating food that is nutrient dense, your body will use more of it, which will produce less waste, which means pooping less often. If you're constipated, increase the fat content. I have no problem with bowel movements. I've had like 2 or 3 today. I am very flushed. Fat's great. A lot of times people don't eat enough fat, especially doing carnivore and those types of things. You need fat. You can't just be eating lean protein. You're going to be really feeling crappy. John says, I'm concerned, of course, over my energy levels and my performance. I wonder how flat my muscles will get from depleted glycogen stores. I read fats sustain some muscle density. Yeah, that's true. I personally noticed that. So I've done keto and I've done carnivore, and I just didn't like it long term. I felt really compromised with my lifting. So I like carbohydrates. I like carbs. The question is, the issue with people eating a lot of carbs is that usually they're not lifting weights. They don't have other systems and they don't have other lifestyle habits locked in. So there's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's where you're getting them from. And a lot of times people are eating ultra processed carbohydrates, which, makes sense. Love your t-shirt. Yeah, if you want to check it out, papaswolio.com, 20% off Swole White and the 7 Steaks. This is the movie that they should have made. This is the movie that should have been made. Swole White and the Seven Steaks. Should have been made this way. Wouldn't have bombed. If you took my advice, wouldn't have bombed. Wouldn't have bombed. Pay attention, Disney. And Chrysler. What, if anything, Papa Solio, can be used as a substitute for veggie/seed oils when cooking? Beef tallow, butter, and ghee. And some of you might like to use coconut oil. I don't use it for cooking, but beef tallow, butter, and ghee you should be using for cooking. You should not use olive oil or veggie or seed oils for cooking. Or you can have a little bit, or you can try coconut oil if that suits your fancy, but very important to use beef tallow, butter, and ghee. Irian, or Ryan Anderson, because you got the little vertical bars. Vertical bars are the next thing that I don't like next to the underscores. How to get in shape if you want to do it in a short period of time. You won't do it in a short period of time. Set proper lifestyle habits. Focus on the 7 pillars. Focus on the fundamentals. And make these positive changes for the rest of your life. You're not gonna get in amazing shape in a short period of time unless you're already in good shape and you haven't worked out in a while, which is weird. So getting in shape is a vague statement, but nothing's going to happen quickly. But you can make those changes rapidly. You can make lifestyle changes rapidly as long as you commit to it. So stop thinking about short period of time. You're not going to shortchange or shortcut anything. This is the fastest way to not get results and to make poor decisions. Store Machine says, when I did carnivore, I totally didn't have enough fat to compensate for the carbs, and I felt like I was starving. Then I started eating butter and drinking olive oil, and it did help. Still not ideal. Preston, I've been drinking north of 1 gallon a day for about a month, down about 15 pounds with proper nutrition and workouts. I've been shitting like crazy, pretty watery. Is that normal? Are you doing carnivore? Are you getting electrolytes in and stuff? Don't forget, if you go from eating, if you go from eating crap, for anyone, if you're going from eating crap and you are, let's say, going carnivore, again, you flush out water. So when people go carnivore and they're not eating vegetable oils and seed oils and all these carbohydrates, you'll flush out a lot of water. So it's common with just going pure carnivore to have watery stools or diarrhea for like the first couple weeks until your body resets. But everyone's going to be a little bit different. Creatine and electrolytes first thing in the morning. But what's your nutrition like? Because when I tell people to eat and take electrolytes and magnesium and stuff, sometimes you might be better off splitting up into smaller doses, for example. Eric Kaba, Papa Soy, if I went to the fucking gym and you catch me scrolling, should I go to the fucking gym again? Yes. Aww. Tomorrow. You don't have to go twice in one day. People are like, I just came back from the fucking gym. It's like, go back, puss. Go back. Return to the gym. Greetings from El Salvador. What up? Bitcoin country, my people. Homemade sourdough, egg steak, chicken, white rice, beef. That sounds great. Sounds great. Mama Solio is about to get on the sourdough train. $716 cash. I am stronger than you. No, you're not. No, you're not. Store Machine, one thing that's tough about doing diets like carnivore is the oxidative stress. I got migraines and brain fog for the first week or so. Well, don't forget, you're cutting out a lot of shit. Your body is rebalancing. So remember, when we talk about the gut biome, it's a very complicated thing. You change where your substrates are coming from. That's going to, your body is going to shift. If you make dramatic changes, your body is going to have those shifts. So you got to stay the course for a little bit. And anytime you do a quick pivot to a different nutritional protocol, it's normal for your, bowel movements and stuff like that to change as your body adapts. All right. It's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. Your body cleanses itself. That's why when people say, hey, should I do this detox or this cleanse? If you eat better food, your body is going to get rid of the garbage. You just need to give your body the opportunity to have good stuff so it flushes out the other things. Your body will regenerate cells and blood and bone. You have to just make sure that you're shifting where you're getting your sources from so your body can take care of itself. When it comes to sickness or disease, your body will heal itself. Most people live in a toxic environment with their lifestyle habits and or location and all the things that they're consuming. Remember, most people don't know what you know, fam. Those of you that listen to the show, they don't understand that there are so many toxins in their environment. It's not just what you eat, it's what you put on your skin, it's what you're breathing, it's the Glade plugins, it's the toxic colognes and deodorants and perfumes, and the bathroom is where most people have all this toxic garbage and plastic shower curtains and VOCs from mattresses and pillows and polyester. It's just coat of paint after coat of paint. People are saturated in all this stuff. And sometimes it's hard to tease out where the issues are coming from. It's really just a compilation of all these things. So nutrition is essential, but it's also getting sun. It's also touching grass. It's meditating. It's lowering your stress. It's exercise. It's quality sleep. It's everything. And it takes time. It takes time. Storm Machine, do you still do a lot of the club and mace sandbag stuff? I've been getting some clubs and sandbags and I love it. Yeah, I use my clubs. I swing them pretty much every single day. Clubs and maces. I haven't used sandbags in a while. But I do every upper body workout. And usually on off days, I'll take my meals and stuff. I don't go as heavy with the clubs and stuff as I used to because swinging heavy clubs, I have like a mace. I have maces that go up to like 70, 80 pounds that I don't swing now. It would take me a long time to work up to swinging like 50 and 60 pound maces again because I haven't done it in a while. And when it comes to swinging, I would recommend people just do high reps and stay lighter because swinging heavy maces and clubs is great, but it's just like heavy lifting. You have to build up to that. So you wouldn't just grab a heavy mace or a club that haven't swung in a while and you wouldn't just go into the gym. I haven't lifted in a while and just max out and try to put as much on as possible. So you have to build that foundation, but a lot of repetitions, a lot of swings. You don't have to go heavy with those things. I built out my collection. I got really into it. I started getting all these heavy ones. Now I'm like, I have all these heavy clubs and heavy wood clubs and stuff that I just don't swing much lately just because I'm not primarily doing that. So if I'm swinging heavy clubs, I'm pretty much doing mostly heavy clubs for my training because that's going to take a lot of energy and it's going to be very fatiguing. That's going to compromise. I can't do heavy clubs and heavy lifting. Something's got to give. But swinging light clubs, more reps is great. I swing those things all the time. So I'll do like my Persian meals. I'll do inside and outside circles. And then I do some dead hangs and I get right into my warm-ups, my preparation sets. Bing, bang, boom. Papa Scoliosis, give me a shout out. I know that's a typo. If you type in Papa Swole, a lot of times the phone will automatically change it to Papa Scoliosis. I don't know why I don't know why Apple autocorrect wants me to have scoliosis, but your spine is curved. It's not Papa Scoliosis. Should we do it? Should I do a shirt? Should I do a shirt that's Papa Scoliosis and I'm all curved? Papa Scoliosis. All right, let's take a couple more questions, then we'll move on to some balls deep content. We got some ridiculous stuff going on here. We got to talk about experimental gene therapy. We got to talk about some Democrats a little bit. We got to talk about some stupid stuff. It's going to be fun, but we'll get into that in just a few moments. So let's get into a couple more questions first. Again, 20% off everything over at papaswolio.com. Swole White and the 7 steaks. It's looking good. It's looking fantastic. Good merch. And of course, we have the brand new Gumby merch. So that's available now over at papaswolio.com. Look at that design. Dope. And the cool thing is you got the nips. You got the nips. You got the beer logo on the nips. Do you have a schedule for your podcast? I've noticed different times you hop on. Yeah, we used to back in the day. I used to do 12 noon every day, but now we do usually in the morning. This is actually later than we normally do it. I try doing it like 9 or 10 o'clock now. I like doing it earlier in the day. So I know it's better for listening. It's better for viewing when people know what time it is, but I don't like a set schedule anymore. I just like to do it when I can, but I prefer to do it in the morning. We haven't had an an evening cast in a while. Sometimes if things get pushed back, but usually in the morning. So today is actually a little bit later than normal. Let's see here. Hello from Taiwan. What up? I recognize you, Taiwan. I recognize you. I recognize
Attacks
Taiwan.
on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
You have a right to exist, Taiwan. I'm in favor of you. Don't forget, if you have not yet downloaded the Swolenormous app, head on over to the App Store and Google Play. You could sign up for a membership over at swolenormousx.com. And of course, you get access to the website and the app, same login, same username, and get access to all the brand new content. We did drop some new stuff yesterday. We have a brand new yoga course with Alex. It's a Master Your Hips yoga course, so make sure you check that out. It's awesome. And we also have, all the new merch, new recipes, but brand new Master Your Hips yoga course inside Swolenormous X right there on the homepage. Abderrahman, are you rich? Depends on how you define rich. I am wealthy. I am wealthy in many ways. In many ways. Beautiful butterfly garden. I get to eat steak. I get to lift weights, get some sun on my nips. I got 2 beautiful puppers, Mama Swolios, the shiznit. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. The great Dr. Delta. Papa Swolio, I wonder if we could discuss the recent inquiries on homosexual toads and strange fluids in the fluids that we consume. Oh, you do? I think that's a call for a soundboard.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
All right. I'm rich in sick fucking gains. That I concur with. That's the best kind of wealth. That's the best kind of wealth. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Indeed. All right, last chance for questions. Last chance for questions. Bruce, you have changed my life. Thank you. Well, thank you, Bruce. You're welcome. I'm glad you're making gains. All right. Last chance for questions. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, and then we'll move on to some balls deep content. So if you want to watch the full show and you're watching on TikTok, click the link in my bio. You'll go to the merch page, but right there at the top, you'll see links for the podcast. You'll see links for the app and for memberships. So we're on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole if you want to watch the full show. Of course, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And fam, if you haven't yet left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please do so. All right. Going once, going twice. Let's go balls deep. Thanks for watching, fam. TikTok. Come on over to Rumble or YouTube at The Daily Swole. All right. Let's continue the show. Let's get into some stuff. So we have this. We have this from The Star, if you can say that. The Star, or the face, I guess, of the WNBA, kind of. No one watches it. We all know why, because it sucks. But this is Angel Reese acting like she deserves to be paid what LeBron James gets paid. And I had to watch it, and I had to get stupider from seeing it, and now you have to get stupider too.
See, for women's sports.
Us getting paid our worth.
Period.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're doing exactly what LeBron is doing. So, Angel Reese, what's going on?
Sis,
I don't
they ain't
like
got
that.
the money for us just yet. But it's coming. It's coming.
Is it? I don't understand
it's
it.
a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. But it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. See, for women's sports.
I don't know what the fuck this is. I guess this is a podcast. This makes me ashamed to have a podcast. You know, I'm sure people watch my show and they're like, make podcasting equipment more expensive. This guy's talking to himself. Okay, well, I do my own thing. That's fine. I've been doing it longer than most of these twunts or anyone else doing podcasts. But anyway, yeah, no one watches the WNBA. LeBron James sucks, by the way. I mean, he's a big old flopper crybaby. He's a train wreck. And he's only part of the problem as to why the NBA is losing viewership and revenue. But yeah, the no one's gonna pay you to miss layups. So anyway, painful. And tweeted this earlier. Thought this was a good one. Future doctors are using ChatGPT to pass medical school. Now would be a good time to start going to the fucking gym. Yeah. So everyone's using AI, including doctors. So, So there you go. Probably a good time to go to the fucking gym and take care of your health before you have to show up to a doctor's office and they're like, let me just ask Grok about your problem. Okay, one more thing here. A couple more. Trump FDA has granted fast track designation for a, quote, self-amplifying mRNA vaccine candidate against H5N1 bird flu.
Everybody knows you never were full retard.
So a lot of people are in the comments, and I see people saying like, I can't believe RFK is a sellout, blah, blah, blah. RFK was never anti-vax, by the way. He was never anti-vaccine. So that was just what the media branded him because he was asking questions that no one wanted to address. So he was never anti-vaccine. But obviously these mRNA vaccines are a huge problem. And if we didn't learn anything from fast tracking a vaccine or using experimental gene therapy, it's not a good idea. It's not good technology, or it's not finalized, or it's not safe yet. So take care of your health, be healthy, you'll be fine. And don't take any stupid ass injections, and they better not be trying to force this on anyone. I doubt they will force it, but yeah, probably not a good direction to go down. We'll see how that plays out. All right, let's watch what this man showed. So you probably have heard this kind of stuff lately about this criminal gang member who's illegally in the country. MS-13, El Salvadorian gang member that was deported. And everyone's like, there wasn't due process. There wasn't X, Y, and Z. They're deporting people, citizens. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're getting rid of people that should have never been here in the first place. That's not outside of due process. You don't get the same rights as citizens when you're not a citizen. If you never should have been here in the first place, you're getting the fuck out. If you're a criminal piece of shit, which is documented, you're getting sent home. You're going back to where you came from. That's not a big deal. So let's see how hard the Democrats are trying to keep criminal gang members in our country. It's a strange fight. It's a strange hill to die on, in my opinion. So this is Senator Chris Van Hollen, and I shared this. And of course, if you saw the conversation between Bukele and Trump, that Bukele's like, I'm not going to smuggle a terrorist back into the United States. What are you talking about? We're not sending him back. And for some reason, the Democrats feel like this is a hill to die on. But let's take a look.
I saw the comments of President Bukele, and I look forward to meeting with him. I've requested to meet with him. I reached out to the ambassador here to ask to meet while he's here. But I've also made clear if we can't meet here, I do intend to go to El Salvador to discuss the release of this individual who is illegally detained. A Maryland man who's the father of 3 in a notorious prison in El Salvador. And
okay, a Maryland man, you mean an illegal criminal gang member. An illegal criminal gang member that's in this country, and we're sending him the fuck back. That's what we're doing. We're sending him the fuck back. We're getting rid of him. Okay, he shouldn't be here. We're sending him back to where he came from. That's how it works. Let's continue.
I believe the president of El Salvador will recognize why it's important to allow him to return to the United States of America. Because
we don't want him.
It is absolutely unjust and illegal
to
have this Marylander detained one more day in a notorious prison.
He's not
in
a
El Salvador.
Maryland
Of course, President Trump could have just said, bring him home. Of course, he could have done that. But this is an administration that has lied about Mr. Abrego Garcia, right? The vice president of the United States tweeted out that he had a criminal record. That was a lie. They're just lying. They've gotten caught lying. They don't want to admit it. And they have an obligation to bring him home. But I will say the president of El Salvador should not now take it upon himself to say that he is detaining him for one more day, because that is kidnapping. I understand that the Attorney General said that we would provide a plane to bring him home. So all the president of El Salvador has to do now is hand over and release an innocent man and let him come home to his family.
Okay, an innocent man. Interesting. I don't think people want criminals in this country. An innocent Marylander. Listen to all the words that they use. A Maryland man. So if you're a criminal illegal and I don't know, you break into the country, you go to Montana, are you a Montana man? It's like, no, you're an El Salvadorian gang member of MS-13. Cool stuff. Great hill to die on, Democrats. Excellent. You do know that Trump won on getting rid of all these people and locking down national security and the borders. So that's what's happening. And it needs to actually happen more. So Annie says, so I can sneak into Switzerland and expect the government to pay for me to live there, or are they going to kick me out immediately? Yeah. And Bukele said, I'm not going to be smuggling a terrorist back into the United States. So yeah. So that's how that works. It seems like a fuck around and find out. But guess what? This is what the Democrats said that they were going to do. This is what they said they were going to do. This was the plan the whole long. So flood the country, right? Record levels of criminal aliens flooding the country. So then you get increased representation, right? With the census, you get more like congressional members, X, Y, and Z, even if they're not voting, and some of them are. But of course, they're getting benefits, right? They're getting kickbacks. USAID is shut down, so they're not getting the same money that they used to be getting, but all these NGOs that were funding the criminals. And so you get increased representation in Congress based on the census that comes out every, 10 years or 20 years, whatever it is. And then, of course, taking resources X, Y, and Z. But of course, this was the plan, because you have Trump that comes in and then they send him away and they're going to call him, of course, they've always called him Hitler, but hey, he's deporting everyone. This is Nazi Germany, the Fourth Reich. They're sending everyone back. And then, of course, they're trying to politicize sending people back, making it look like, oh, he's tearing apart families. He's ripping people apart. You're not supposed to be here. You're illegally here. You're not supposed to be here. There's no guarantee and no obligation for anyone to keep you here and to fund you living in this country when you're not an American. You're not part of this country. You didn't come here through the proper channels. You're out. That's it. But this is what happens. This is the plan. This is the backup. Like, okay, we lost the election. Now we're going to point fingers at Trump and he's a mean person. He's sending him back. He's a father of three. Okay. Genghis Khan was a father of thousands. Like, was he a great person? Murdered millions of people. Cool. Right? What's the defense of Hitler? Oh, Hitler drank water. Oh, Hitler had a dog too, so he was nice because he had a dog. All those kinds of things, right? Hitler and Trump both wave, so they're both Nazis, that kind of stuff. So of course, it's going to look bad it looks bad if you let criminals in, and of course, the media can skew it and make it look bad when you send people back. And that's the play. No matter what it is to make Trump look bad, they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal in order to make him look bad. But this is what people voted for. And if you check all the numbers, Trump's numbers are up because people just don't care. And this is what happens when you fuck around and find out. This is retribution. This is payback. This is what happens, and this is what has to happen for all the damage that's been done to our country for decades. So point the finger. They need to point the finger at themselves. He shouldn't have been in the country to begin with. This is the whole point. Okay? Based on the laws and everything, he's not supposed to be here. He shouldn't have been here. So you're going back. Oh my God, they're sending back a Maryland man. Yo, if you've been in the country illegally for 20 years, you're illegal. If you're here for 20 years, why weren't you filing for citizenship? Why didn't you do all this paperwork? Why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? You're gone. Bye. You should have done that. You were illegal. You're stealing and mooching off this country for it doesn't matter how long. If you're illegal, that's what it means. You broke the law. I can't go into someone's house and just eat their food and sleep in their bed. And while I'm here, you can't kick me out. Oh, well, you're already here. Fine. Have you ever seen those videos where they go to neighborhoods and have you seen that? I think we've shown videos. Have you seen the videos where they bring, YouTubers and stuff like that, where they have some people that are, I don't think they're really illegals, but they look Mexican or from Central America. And they're like, hey, do you guys support immigration? This, like, oh yes. And like, well, we have 2 here that can stay with you. And they're like, oh, and these, people in these neighborhoods, these ultra liberal neighborhoods, oh, we don't want them living in our house, but they start stuttering and like, it's like, hey, they can live in your living room floor. You have space, right? They support it until it shows up on their doorstep. Pretty much. All right, let's get into a couple of videos. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number 1, 2,
hello, baby,
or 3, and let's get into a couple of videos. Just the latest stuff that's going on, and you can tell there's really not much going on if they're picking that fight. Well, this one guy, cool. But this is what happens. You look at 20 million people illegally being in this country, and this is one person. So they're trying to extrapolate this one idea to pull at, stupid people's heartstrings on mainstream media. This one guy, he's a Maryland man. He's got 3 kids, and he's a criminal gang member that's here illegally. Bye. Bye. That's it. That's it. You can't nitpick little details. I mean, fundamentally, you're here illegally. You're going back home. You shouldn't be here illegally. It just makes sense. It's just the fundamentals. You have a family. So many people have families. So many people have wives and kids. You could be a piece of shit and have 5 kids. That doesn't make you a good person just because you have children. That doesn't justify you being a criminal. It doesn't justify you being a piece of shit. You think gang members don't have kids? How many baby mamas do gang members have, right? So what? They have kids. Oh my God. Bro, it doesn't matter if you have children. You could be a piece of shit and have kids. Sucks for the kids, but let's see. Dr. Delta, number 2. Let's do this one. Glorifying being fat. What else is new?
What's in the
We'll take some more comments too. If you guys have some more input, we'll share it.
Seeing the stuff that people say is glorifying being fat is so funny. Because being positive towards being fat is not the same thing as glorifying. Fatness being glorified would be being told to gain weight every time you go to the doctor. Being told to sacrifice your health to be fatter. It would
You're saying the quiet part out loud.
Be being denied jobs or acting roles or being able to see yourself in media if you weren't fat. Glorifying obesity would be only having fat dolls to play with growing up. Glorifying obesity would be sending your kids to a fat camp to get them fatter. Glorifying obesity would be commenting under every thin person's video, or not even thin, just not fat person's video, talking about how they should gain weight. That would be glorifying obesity. What you're seeing is someone push back against glorifying thinness. And because it's pushed back, you think it's glorifying, but it's not. If fatness was glorified, you would see every romantic entrance be fat. You would see every main character be fat. You would see thin people being told to cover up their body because their body is inherently gross.
Well, I'm just going to say the obvious. This is obviously just a complete false premise. No, trying to defend the fact that being grotesquely obese is not an achievement, that is glorifying obesity. You are literally defending the fact that being fat, it does not mean you're unhealthy. That's glorifying obesity. That's pretending like your terrible lifestyle habits and your disease-ridden body is a good thing. And it's the same as someone that takes care of themselves, which is just incorrect. All right. Dum-dum. We don't know if it was a man or a woman. And when you can't tell, I hate that vocal fry is the worst. Vocal fry is the worst. The worst. All right, we got this one. Number 1, fat phobia.
What's in the box?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised in my folder that we have a lot of fat phobia still. I really am surprised that we still have a lot of this fat phobia stuff. I'm not surprised. I guess I'm disappointed. You figure this stuff will kind of disappear, but of course it's like the death rattle. So we keep the pressure on. We keep the pressure on.
Seeing a fat person living their life, feeling comfortable in their body.
Yeah, seeing a fat person at Wendy's is awesome. Seeing a fat person at Wendy's is, oh, they're enjoying their body. They feel comfortable in the drive-thru.
Being happy.
They're not happy. Look, you're not fucking fat and happy. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself so you don't have to change, so you don't have to put in any effort, so you can blame someone else for your fucking problems. No one's happy being fat. How many of you are happy when you were fat? How many of you are still currently fat and you're working on it and you're not as fat as you were? A lot of you have lost a lot of weight and you still have work to do. We all do. But you weren't happy when you're fat. You're uncomfortable. You're exhausted going up a flight of fucking stairs. You sweat just standing there because your body is insulated by extra human mass. It's not fun.
If that triggers you and makes you really angry, that is an excellent cue to start researching fat phobia and its role in our current society and in your...
Not a good angle for this video, by the way. Why are you trying to smell me?
own life and how it's shaped your views, not only of the world, but of yourself. That is not your cue to bully and harass them online.
Okay, if you have a fat person that's trying to justify that being fat is good, then they deserve bullying. They deserve pushback. And if you post something online, you're putting it out there for the community to make their own judgment. The reason why people push back is because it's insane, not just morally, but logically and medically. Okay, thank you for the stupid bullshit that came out of your mouth. Appreciate you. All right, we got one more. One more.
What's in the box?
If you have more questions, you could drop in the comments. We got one more video. We'll do a throwback. This is called Privilege in the Fitness Industry. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Privilege.
You cannot complain about being a fat if you're not getting 10,000 steps every single day.
The privilege and the ableism that comes out of the fitness industry is...
Why are you yelling? Calm down. Calm down. Decaf. Chica. Decaf.
absolutely disgusting. What about those with conditions or disabilities who don't...
What about people that don't have legs? Okay, then use an upper body ergometer. Swing a club, lift some weights with your upper body.
have the ability to walk? Before anybody...
What about the people that don't have the ability to walk? They have other things going on, okay? You can still exercise. I see people without arms and legs that are in the gym deadlifting, so shut the fuck up. Shut up.
comments, well, he's not speaking to those people. I know. No one ever is. How else would people...
Oh, all the people with no legs that are upset at this video. Come on now.
be able to express their fat phobia without hiding behind tough love. People like this do not have the cognitive abilities to comprehend that there are factors that are going to influence other lives that have no influence on their own. In the background of his video, it looks like he's in a wide open space.
A wide open space! How dare you? Look at that white privilege. Look at that grass. Look at that grass behind you, whitey. You fucking white boy. Out there in the grass and the trees. You're out there in a field. There's grass. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
This fucking guy. How dare this guy post a video outside with grass? Look at the sky. It's blue. God damn it. Makes me sick.
Of some kind. Did you know that only 39% of Americans live within half a mile of a park? People...
Okay. Sounds like they should move. Move. Not everyone can move. You do realize people can move. They just don't. Most people don't move because most people don't. Humans fear change. They live somewhere, they grow up, they die there. Okay, but they can. They can go. I did. You can go. Oh, but you are white and you're around grass. Yo, I was born in fucking New York City, dude. I was born like 2 blocks. I lived for like the first 10 years of my life literally like 2 blocks, was it east? 2 blocks east of Washington Square Park in the Village. Now that's like woke central. So I was born in New York City. I got the fuck out.
Who live out in the country, like rural communities, they don't have sidewalks, and walking on the road isn't always a safe option. If we look at cities, there is a large portion of cities in the US that are not walkable. And
Yeah, and if there was, do you think people would fucking walk? I love how if cities had more sidewalks, okay, people don't walk anywhere. Look, we have to tell people, we have to give people a number, and they have to track it on their phone so they get 10,000 steps because people don't walk at all. They don't walk. They get on treadmills rather than walk. People live in a city and don't walk. Who's walking on a fucking road? What are you talking about? You can walk everywhere. This person doesn't understand that you can walk on grass. You can walk in the woods. You can walk on a street. You can walk places. You can go for a walk. You don't have to walk on a road.
the ones that are tend to be more expensive. There's also people with conditions like asthma where they really struggle to breathe outside and they may or may not have access to a gym. Not everyone has the same access to the gym. If you're a
Okay, exceptions don't make the rule. You're telling me that someone can't get... Got it. Okay, cool.
single parent and your child is not old enough to stay home by themselves, but the only option for you is a gym that does not have childcare, I guess you're not going to the gym. I could keep going, but I proved my point. Go have the day you deserve and kick rocks with open-toed shoes.
Kick rocks with open-toed shoes. Liberalism is a mental disorder, and unfortunately, it's afflicted mostly white liberal women. It's a cancer, and this is coming from universities. Guarantee she has some sort of like social degree, and she has massive student loans because she got some bullshit degree that she can't pay back. She has 6 cats, and because she gave her life to a corporate environment, no one wants to plow her. I don't blame them. Who wants to listen to this in the morning? Who wants to wake up and listen to that? Seriously. This is the issue with the internet. And I said this before. You know, you have people on, I posted this on X. You have a bunch of people. The internet, especially X, or just the internet in general, is a bunch of dudes that are in their 20s to 40s or 50s that grew up playing Halo, that grew up playing Call of Duty online, that grew up in AOL chat rooms, that don't get offended by most things. And you have that combined with sensitive women that are offended by every last fucking thing. And then you have soy boy men that will do anything and say anything to get laid by any woman. So they're essentially feminists and they're huge pussies. So you have men that will say anything to have sex with any woman. And if they're in urban and liberal environments, they'll just go along and say anything that these women are saying so they can find one so they can have sex. And you have dudes that don't fucking care. So you have soy boys and liberal women, and then you have men. And that's it. That's it. So you have a bunch of these people online, and you have the dudes that grew up not getting offended, ex-military, law enforcement, people that understand true violence, martial artists. You have people that grew up in these chat rooms that aren't offended, that grew up with actual comedy, that can take a joke and can sling some shit to, you know, kind of cross-check whether or not you're actually a strong enough person to surround themselves with. And then you have these people that are offended by every last microaggression in the same space. That's why you see conflict online, because women have to find social approval before they make any statement. So most women don't have a thought, and I'm just saying, most women don't have a thought of their own aside from, oh, is it socially acceptable? Oh, it is? Okay, I'll agree with that. Because they go along with the herd. They do. So they're easily manipulated. It's easy to download these types of mind viruses into their brains, which is why most women are in college and universities, and the vast majority are like 95% ultra progressive and liberal. So you throw these unskilled, brainwashed people into society with people that are actually objective, have a moral foundation, and have actually been in the world. And then you have a conflict. You have weak people with strong people, and they can't handle the objective reality that's set before them. So they have to create their safe space and pretend like everyone's out to get them and everyone's a meanie head. And oh my God, this guy is out in a field getting some sun. 10,000 is the minimum. This guy is talking about getting 10,000 steps, but some people don't have legs. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So I can't eat a steak. That's like me eating a steak being like, you have to try to focus on grass-fed beef, focus on eating healthier. Well, some people in the world are starving. Okay. So does that make what I say any less true? Sure. Okay. This is why this is why the policies of actually making America great again. This is why the policies of actually increasing and figuring out why kids have just an outstanding risk of, autism and all these neurological deficiencies and issues because of poor nutrition, because of the hyper vaccination culture that we're living in, all these other issues, pharmaceutical culture. You have a conflict. You have a conflict. If we want to make the world better, then we have to actually make the world better. And you can't worry about every individual's feelings. You can't. You can't. So if we can't talk about health, fam. We can't talk about health because some people don't have access to a gym. We can't talk about walking because some people live in the city. We can't talk about getting sunlight because some people live in caves. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Again, it's a non-argument. It's a non-argument. The truth still remains the truth. Whether or not everyone has access to the same things, that's just insane. Some people live in cities, but they're choosing to live in cities. Stop living in cities. Oh, but my family's here, but my work is here. Well, go somewhere else. Okay. Then move. Well, some people can't move. This is why people like those videos when you see someone that has their arms amputated, or they never had, they have 2 stumps for arms and they're in the gym lifting. That's why people get inspired by that, because look, someone who has every opportunity to complain and to feel down about themselves and feel bad for themselves are oftentimes the ones that don't. They have a great sense of humor and they're actually going to the gym and doing the best that they can. And that's inspiring because look, if that person that doesn't have arms or legs is doing it, then why can't I? It's inspiring. When someone has every reason to complain, but they don't. People don't like whiny bitches. People don't like complainers. They do not like it. All right, let's get into a throwback.
I thought I should probably address this comment. I identify as gray gender.
Is that new?
Which means
Jesus.
I feel ties to certain genders, but it's really hard to describe, it's really hard to define.
It's not real.
Look at her eyes.
And in the end, I don't really care how people perceive me. Hence, gray gender, that's its definition.
Hello, Miss Ranjiva.
The thing is, sometimes I do feel dysphoria.
You don't say. That's the most base thing she said in this whole fucking video.
Pronouns do not equal gender, but for me personally, they do.
What the fuck?
Thank you for asking.
Shut up, bitch! Shut up, bitch!
All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. I feel like it.
The entire point of my video,
No one cares.
you can't and shouldn't judge a person's health based solely on their weight and appearance.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Every single time someone assumes someone else is healthy, that person's always a skinny person.
Well, why do you think that is? I mean, why is that?
So when you say judging a book by its cover, an obese person is not healthy. They're more not healthy than healthy. A thin person has a better likelihood of them being healthier just because they're not obese, but it doesn't mean that they're healthy.
The bigger point still remains that fat people are discriminated against and
Bigger point.
skinny people aren't, right?
Discriminated against. How so? I mean, if you're obese, you're not taking care of yourself. So there could be judgment. You're a human being. You're allowed to judge people.
Get off my ass.
Nah. All right, fam. Hashtag execute more. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag execute more. What does execute more mean? That means following the 7 pillars. That means doing what you need to do, regardless whether you feel like doing it. Set a schedule, set a program, and execute on it. Do it. Increase your execution. 0.1% a day, 1% a day. Do the things required that you know you should be doing and set yourself up for success. Get on a program. If you don't have a program, join swolenormousx.com, join the Swole fam. That way we can help you do that program. We have something for you. It's fine if you join, but you have to do the things. You can't just sign up, download the app, and then not use it. So you have to execute. And that just means whatever you're doing, do it better. Set yourself up for success. Get your gym bag ready. Get your electrolytes ready. Go shopping in advance. Get your meal thought out. Get it ready to cook. Have it thought out so when you come home, you can cook right away. Just do the things better. Increase your skills. Don't stress yourself out about it. Just educate yourself, learn why, and know why you're doing the things. It's purpose. If you know why you're doing the things that you're doing and why you're making the food and why you're eating a certain way, it's not discipline. It's just execution. It just makes sense. That's why it's important to know why you're doing what you're doing. That's why I go above and beyond to explain the reasons why and the logic behind it. Because if you have a purpose for what you're doing, you're more likely to stick to it. You don't have to, you're not going to waver or then, just you accidentally go out with your drinking buddies and go out and binge drink like, I did that. If you have a reason for why you're doing everything, you don't make those bad choices. Your results are just the accumulation of all your choices. So make better choices. Make better choices. All right. Hashtag execute more. Let's give away the Swole card. Falcon, let's give it away. Yeah, I love that. I love that. You can't judge a book by its cover, but you can tell if it's 1,000 fucking pages. I love that quote. All right, today's winner is Martial Arts Mama. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mama. Can you judge a book by its cover? I think you can. I think you can tell. Look, if you go to Walmart, you see someone who's morbidly obese, what am I going to assume? If I see someone that's morbidly obese, what am I going to assume? That person's going to the gym 5 days a week and eating carnivore and meditate, right? No, of course not. You know what their habits are. You can tell. You know what's going on. You might not know if they're in the process of, you can tell. You can tell if someone's eating healthy and in the process of losing weight, or they're just amazingly and insanely inflamed. You can tell. You know what's going on. Martial Arts Mama, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 3266 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Fam, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Hashtag execute more is going to Martial Arts Mama. Fam, make sure you check out all the brand new drops. We got a lot of stuff over there at papaswolio.com. I will say, we got a lot of great stuff. If you want to for fun, let me see. Can I bring that up on the screen? Let's see if I go at the top. All right. If you go to the top, if you want to go to a different website, go to notretarded.com, and notretarded.com goes to papaswolio.com. So I thought you guys would like that. So you can head on over to pick up merch at papaswolio.com, or if you want, go to notretarded.com and pick up some new merch. I think I'm just going to promote that. Notretarded.com. 20% off everything over at notretarded.com. You can get some brand new merch. We got the Ozempic merch, which is flying off the digital shelves. We got the Muscle Alphabet Barbell Girl, Luke Swole Walker. We have May the 5th be with you, right? Or May the 4th. So that's coming up. We also have Optimus Pump, Swolverine, Deadlift. Man, look at all these designs. Super Swole Bros, Forest Pump, Lift, Harry Squatter, Swole Signal. Tons of awesome designs. And then, of course, look at these new releases. Of course, I'm rocking the Swole White and the 7 Steaks, My Swole Pony, Swole Gumby, Curl Bears, Chicken is a Vegetable, Jurassic Pump. Look at the last 6 weeks. These are the last 6 releases. And of course, we have oversized pump covers. We got the Department of Gym Efficiency, Don't Be a Chode, Gym City 2000, Power Pump Girl, Swole Guy. A lot of cool things over there at notretarded.com, aka papaswolio.com. I love it. Notretarded.com. Go check it out. And of course, you can leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and reminder, today's Tuesday. So if you need some more ear gains, check out the weekend Swolosophy, Saturday and Sunday Swolosophy episodes on Spotify, and make sure you leave a 5-star review and also comment. You can comment on Spotify and I will see it and I'll answer. So go and check out those weekend episodes if you need some more knowledge cock in your ear holes, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio, out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't laugh and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's the bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children.